Hi everyone, welcome to my channel.
A lot of things have happened in the last few months. I've moved house. I've got a new dog. Today, I'm going to make steak. It's grass-fed and it looks so good. I hope I do it justice.
So here are the ingredients on the left. There's butter, thyme, fresh from the garden, salt, pepper, canola oil. So what I do now is that I wash the steak. I read that you should not be washing your steak, but I find it just so weird not to. So what do? Do you wash your steak? I think it doesn't matter as long as you dry it. Fortunately in Melbourne, the air is dry. But if your place is humid, you can put it in the fridge open for about an hour, which should dry it out nicely. Now for the salt. You use 1 teaspoon of salt per kilogram. Now you have to salt both sides, and when you pick it up, you have to do it gently. Pick it up like that with both hands so that you don't stretch out the fibers. And when you put it down, you will put it gently down like this. See, keep it all together. You can get a string and tie it so that it looks nice and round. This is a blue steel frying pan, which I prefer to my cast iron frying pan. Remember to turn up the exhaust, otherwise your whole house will be smoky and your smoke alarm will probably go off. You put it down and wait. I'm going to fast forward this part, otherwise you'll be like, I don't know, falling asleep maybe. So you wait for 2 minutes. I lift it up. I'm so impatient. Just lift it up a bit to just check. Okay, 2 minutes later, move it around and flip it over. Okay, you have to use this spatula to flip, otherwise you stretch the steak again. I find that with cooking steaks, you just have to be very patient. This is why you need a timer. I use one of those voice activated timers so I don't have to put my spatula down. Have to turn this. I turn this after 1 minute because it's quite a thin steak. You have to adjust your timing depending on how thick the steak is. So if I flip it over again, you can see that it's starting to brown very nicely. And you must have your thermometer so that you only cook it to about 3/4 of your final cook temperature, because you have to still continue basting it with the butter. Here is where you start panicking because you don't want to overcook it, but yet you want it browned and caramelized. Oh my goodness. You lower the heat and then you put your butter in so that you don't burn it. You're supposed to put some olive oil here, but I actually forgot. Now you get ready to put your thyme. Just let it melt a bit. And you can see bubbling, put a thyme in. When I put my thyme in, it started to fry. So never mind, reduce the heat. So with this, you're actually putting some of the taste of the thyme into the butter, and then you quickly put your steak back in and you start basting it. You notice I lift it off a bit, as in like tilt it. It's so heavy. So I tilt it a bit so that it's not so hot, and yet the butter is hot and bubbling. That's where you can start to baste the steak. I'm not going to fast forward this, so you can actually see the steak cooking, how it's browning, and then with the butter being spooned over the steak, you'll see that it's slowly cooking. You'll notice that I actually put the thyme along the side. That's because the butter was a bit hot and I don't want it to burn. Okay, you can see it is getting there. See, the butter has stopped bubbling. That's it, done. And now for the most important part of the whole cook, which is to rest the meat. This is the same principle whether you're cooking beef or chicken or lamb or pork or whatever. You must always rest it so that the meat relaxes and the juices stay in the meat when you cut it up. Here it is. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, as they say. Wow, cuts like butter. Wow, look at that. It's so nice and tender. This time it is medium. Don't you just love a good piece of steak?
Let's see, medium. Part of it is medium rare. Part of it is medium rare. Look at this. Medium. Wow, pink, beautiful. Looks so good. It's very tender. The thyme has given it a different taste. It's very nice. The thyme has given it kind of a herby taste, which is quite different from just plain old salt.
You see, it's not difficult to cook a perfect steak. Oh, and don't forget to make that fresh salad while the steak is resting for that 5 minutes. Only needs salt, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and a little bit of black pepper. And this is the amount of olive oil that you need to put in. And for the balsamic vinegar, this is the amount that you can use. See? You don't have to worry about how much to put in. You just have to worry that you get the best graded balsamic vinegar. Okay then, let me know how you go with some of the tricks I've shown you here in this video. Bon appetit!